Third trimester. This trimester has been a hard one for me in this pregnancy. This is my fourth pregnancy, and it's been tough, and I still have a little over 3 weeks to go. Hi, I'm Elisa. If you're new here, I am married and have 3 children, and this is our 4th on the way. So right now I have a lot of baby and pregnancy content on my channel. But other than that, I like to do minimalism content, so like decluttering, saving money tips with food and all types of things, from kids' clothes to my clothes and all of that kind of stuff. Also gardening, because my husband and I are looking for property. I don't know how long it will take us, but we do eventually want to buy property, build a house, and build a homestead for our family. So all of those types of things are on my channel. I would appreciate you subscribing if you're not already. And let's go ahead and talk about my 3rd trimester for baby number 4. So some new symptoms for this trimester have been acid reflux, which I have never had with any of my other pregnancies, so that's been a fun one. I don't think it's super bad, but here lately it's been pretty on a daily basis. When I lay down at nighttime, I get it, so it's not really that fun. Really like achy feeling, especially in my legs. I have had a few serious pregnancy leg cramps, and those are super fun. And they're wonderful, and they jolt you awake at night, and they are so painful. But I've just had a few. I take magnesium to try to help with that. Let's see. What are some other things that are new? Oh yeah, pretty much this whole entire trimester, it's been uncomfortable to do everything. From sitting to laying to walking, especially bending down. And with 3 other children, I do have them clean up after themselves, but I do have a 2-year-old here during the day, and there's stuff that I've got to bend down for, and it is very painful, and I'm ready for that part to be over. And on days where I find that I'm doing, like more housework, bending over a lot more, or gardening or doing more things like that, there definitely is more pain. Kind of like down in my lower, I don't know what you would call it, abdomen, I don't know, at nighttime. So, I kind of have to gauge that and see, but it's hard because I want to get a lot of things done, before baby gets here. Baby girl is moving a ton. She loves to just roll on over and stretch and do all types of things, especially when I lay down to go to sleep at night, which is good that I know that she is doing all right in there. But it's uncomfortable at times. It can be painful at times. And especially when I'm trying to go to sleep, I just want some stillness. They say that I guess you have contractions starting quite early in pregnancy, but the more babies that you have, the earlier you can feel those contractions. So I have definitely been feeling them for a long time, throughout my whole second trimester at least. Did I feel any in my first trimester? I don't remember about that. But I do feel that they are getting more intense as the pregnancy progresses. So maybe that's a good thing, that over the next few weeks when they get in more intense and harder, then maybe that's dilating and doing something, and then my body has less to do. I got a little jump start whenever I go into active labor, but we'll just have to see. I usually don't have them check me until probably about 39 weeks, and I am almost 37 right now. Oh, and my contractions are definitely worse when I don't drink as much water throughout the day. I do have more at nighttime. Certain sitting positions will make me have more contractions, and definitely when I have to pee really bad, they are more painful because they're also like pushing on my bladder as well. Over the past week, my feet have started to swell like every day. I've been trying to balance out sitting and standing because that's what my doctor said, and drinking lots of water. Nothing really seems to be helping at this point. So I've just got really swollen feet, and they're quite bad at the end of the day. Even right now I'm looking at them and they're already swollen, and it's only 9:30 in the morning. They get a little bit better overnight as I'm laying, and then as soon as I get up and start doing a few things, they just start to swell again. I currently weigh about 175 or 76 pounds, which is the most I have ever weighed in pregnancy before. It kind of makes sense because I've been pretty consistent with all my pregnancies in gaining about 40 pounds. My pre-pregnancy weight was about 120 pounds, and I got to 160, or maybe it was 115, and I got to 155, and then I was 120 with my second, 160, then 130 to 170, and then I was 140 pre-pregnancy with this one, so 180 makes sense, but it is the most I've ever weighed, so it'll be interesting to see how I lose the baby weight and, get back on track. This is my last pregnancy, so I'm excited to, just like get all of my muscles back into good working order, and, continue to eat healthy and just gain some muscle back, because I definitely lose it, especially in the belly area during pregnancy. So I will be making some videos about my journey on that, so stay tuned if you're interested in that kind of content. I will be starting to drink red raspberry leaf tea probably the last 2, maybe 3 weeks of pregnancy. I had a mom before my first was born tell me about this. She swore that she drank it the last little bit of all of her pregnancies, and it helped loosen things up so she didn't tear. I have still torn with all 3 of mine. I do have quite large babies, but maybe it would have been worse if I hadn't drank it, and I do feel personally that has helped my milk supply, for nursing after the baby is born, so I will keep on drinking that. My doctor says that I am measuring, on track with the weeks that I'm going in. I have gone from, in this trimester, going to the doctor monthly to every other week, and I am now at the going to the doctor weekly until the baby is born. I had them check about a month ago, and she is head down, which is really, really good. and they checked last week. She is still head down, so she has not flipped around. So I'm very happy about that. You know, they just kind of like feel and see if the head is down there. I could probably, if I'm laying back, feel, I don't know, I've never tried. I'll let the doctor do that. About a month ago, I had thought that my iron was getting low. It's been low in 2 of my other pregnancies, actually my other 2 pregnancies with my girls. So I kind of felt that extra fatigue, plus I was craving ice. I had them check my iron, and it wasn't lower than what they like it to be, so I'm just trying to eat like iron-rich foods. But I don't know, I guess it's just, you know, regular pregnancy fatigue at this point, but I had kind of felt like it was low. I haven't felt that it has gotten worse since I had them check my iron. If I do feel like it's getting worse, then I'll have them check it again, and we'll see. Then at that point, then they'll say if I need to supplement with extra iron or not. Over the last little bit, I've been getting lots of things done. You'll see some of those videos on my channel, but I'm going to continue to be doing that just for me, you know, nesting. But also I like to just, you know, have things in the house and things for baby just ready to go, so that when baby arrives, I can focus on, you know, recovery, taking care of this newborn, and of course my other children and, you know, the rest of the family. So just focusing on that for the first little bit, and not having to worry about any of the other stuff. I just like to do that. In the next week or so, I'll start doing my cat-cow exercises to kind of help baby get in just a really good position. I do think that for my first, he was like sunny side up, so I had a lot of back labor with him. I've had some back labor with others, but I'm going to try to do those, try to make sure baby is in a good position and maybe not have back labor. We'll see. I also like to start doing squats the last couple of weeks, just kind of like preparing for labor and delivery. I am definitely getting nervous about the labor and delivery part. For me, I don't know, are there people that aren't nervous? I'm not sure. But for all of my pregnancies, I've always been, you know, a bit nervous. I don't like unknown things and things that can't be planned. So, of course, with any labor and delivery, there's pretty much all unknowns. You don't know how it's going to go. So that makes me nervous. I did have, I don't know if I would call it traumatic, of a delivery with my third. I was like in line to get the epidural. It was pretty painful, and I was just getting through the contractions like, okay, I'm gonna get the epidural, I'm gonna get it, and it'll be fine. And then my water breaks. I went from like a 9 to a 10 in like 1 minute, I feel like. I think I delivered her within 15 minutes of my water breaking. And so that transition of, well, I was in transition, so there's a lot of things that go through a woman's mind and body in that time. But I was also having to process that I thought I was going to have pain relief, and now, just kidding, you're not, and you have to do it without. And that was quite scary. I obviously got through it. The nurses delivered the baby. So for this one, just because that one went so quickly, I think it was like an hour and a half from when we got to the hospital and she was born, so not super far. I mean, I obviously labored before that, but I am this time just preparing myself mentally for a natural delivery again, just so I don't go through that scary switch of I'm expecting to get pain relief and then I don't. So just when I'm having contractions now, just practicing the breathing that I will do, and I like to close my eyes usually when I'm having contractions, and just really focus on the breathing, focus on getting through it. They're obviously not super painful now, but if I am practicing those breathing techniques now, then it will be kind of like second nature to do them during the harder ones. Focusing on thinking about, where the pain is and feeling it, move down and open things up, and just thinking, okay, this contraction, this one is getting me closer to delivering my baby, to holding my baby, and then ultimately that's when the pain relief will come, is when the baby is delivered. But just saying that, like, I can do this, I am strong enough, those type of things, positive thinking, and just focusing on breathing and getting through them. I, of course, have my combs that I've talked about in other videos that I will be holding to kind of help with naturally with the pain relief. But yeah, I'm preparing and going through all of that kind of stuff right now. Names. Me and my husband, we're so horrible at procrastinating naming our children. We have only been sure from the beginning on one child's name because I had that picked out before we even got married. So I'm almost 37 weeks and I don't think that we have 100% decided on a name. I think we're pretty close. We have two that we're thinking about. I think we're pretty close to picking, but then we also have to get a middle name. We like to do family names, so we got to do that. Anyways, I think that's a pretty good summary of the third trimester and where I'm at now. I wanted to go ahead and film this a little bit early just because you never know. I have never gone early with any of my pregnancies, but again, every pregnancy is different, so we shall see when baby girl is born. Thank y'all so much for joining me on today's video. Please give this video a like, comment, just like a flower emoji for spring down in the comments. It helps my channel out a lot, and I will see y'all in the next video.